Morning, good to see you. Thank you so much for your time today, and as ever, welcome on all brand new subscribers. By the way, I'm glad you enjoyed the video where I mentioned about how, sort of advertising works regarding Marks and Spencer's and the image overhaul. It's just weirdest thing, isn't it? When you think we're supposed to believe that suddenly young people are now shopping in these stores as they are the only ones now spending advertising revenue, the sort of thing. It's a little bit like this story with Prince Harry that I mentioned to you also. This is, as you know, because as he comes over here for yet another court battle, the bottom line is he won't be able to see His Majesty the King, not just because of the fallout or anything like that, but seemingly because, it wouldn't be right and correct, if anybody discussed anything. But here's where it gets more damaging, in particular, I believe, not only for Prince Harry, but of course for Camilla, His Majesty the King, and of course the Prince and Princess of Wales. Let me explain. As I say, good to see you. Thank you so much for your time. This is a very delicate time now because according to a source, you see, this is where it gets very difficult. When you go into these legal battles, and I've seen many in my time, and I've often said to people, it's not worth the fight, seemingly because people suddenly do forget, unless it's particularly career damaging. Now, you couldn't say that of Prince Harry. He's damaged his own career with his own mouth and his own speeches and his own docuseries. You get the picture. But moving forward, this is apparently what Harry is prepared to do, because obviously, the royal family are very concerned about any bombshells, and I mean that in a very strong way, that Harry's prepared to reveal. And he will be forced to reveal certain things that even he will have no idea about yet, particularly with the King's Counsel, Anthony Hudson. And this is because they will delve very deeply into these sort of machinations of exactly what Harry claims went on behind the scenes of palace doors and how the media and the royals and of course himself interacted. Now, according to that source, Prince Harry said, look, what will be, as ever, I have to say, allegedly, because he knows that he's going to be asked questions about, for instance, how the Queen basically said, this is what you should do or what not to do, etc. His Majesty the King, and private conversations alongside his brother, in particular in the aftermath of how the media treated them, and of course his mother himself, the late Princess Diana. This, as you can imagine, behind palace doors is very concerning for the most obvious reasons, because just at the start of a new year, once again, Harry, alongside Meghan, no doubt prodding him from America, will be set to, reveal things that perhaps they wanted to keep behind closed doors, as simple family conversations. Now, as many people know, Harry basically claims that, there was a press pact between the media and, of course, the royals, and this is how it fed off each other. That will be torn to shreds. But Harry, as I said, has told, his team that the bottom line is they can ask away and I'm prepared to reveal all. Terrifying start to 2025 for the British monarchy. Only because, of course, naturally, as we all know, they don't necessarily answer back. And obviously, nobody will be called to the bar to represent themselves. So once again, Harry and Meghan could literally narrative their own history, as it were. And these sort of stories suddenly become folklore, and certain people, individuals at least, actually believe them. It's a developing story. When I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean, Kensington, London.